Knicks family, welcome back to the God of Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I'm here with the Cuzzo, Rick the Ruler. How you feeling, family?
Feeling all right, man. Not too bad.
That's good. So we are here because the Knicks have lost to the Cavs, 95-93. Pardon me as I get a little shorter here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that game. Unfortunately, we didn't pull out the victory. It would have been nice to come on here and talk about a back-to-back victory, but
Right.
you know, um, we got what we got. So let's kick it off. Shout out to the chat if you're here. Hit the like, subscribe. We got more content coming towards you. Josie, Jose Garcia, Jose Garcia says Obi got hot and they still didn't post him up. I mean, listen, man, you can't be mad at what Obi did tonight. In the minutes that he got, he had very effective. He was productive. He had very productive minutes. That's what I can say about Obi tonight. I really had no complaints besides for that one silly turnover when we were on a roll, and he tried to make the full court pass to Grimes on the right side, and it was like the most telegraphed pass you can make. But it is what it is. This is why we want him out here to get those to get those kinks out. You know what I mean? That's the rhythm that I'm talking about whenever I say Obi needs to play. Yeah. But yeah, so let's see what we got here. So let's start with RJ Barrett because he's at the top. He finished 9 for 16. It sounds a lot better than it looked. That 9 for 16 sounds good.
He fought for it.
Like two of those, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, all right, RJ.
Yeah,
a little lucky there. But 9 for 16 from the field, 56.3% from the field. 1 for 4 from 3, and 5 for 10 from the free throw line. And I think that right there, kind of like spells how this game went. Without really getting into any other numbers, but 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover, and 24 points. And he's starting to put a lot of these games together now. I think that back-to-back game where he had 13 turnovers. It was 7 in one and 6 in the other. I think after that he kind of like, if I'm gonna have the ball in my hands, I'm gonna be productive and I'm gonna try to score. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to be the playmaker. Yeah. And you come out the game with 7 turnovers. So he kind of learned his lesson. I think even last night he only had 1 turnover, or 2, I believe. Either way, he's been putting together these games where he's our best player on the floor. Yeah. And it's not even like an argument at this point. It's kind of odd. We didn't really expect to see this happen this fast. We sure hoped it happened faster, but it's actually happening. And the reason why it's catching a lot of us by surprise is because we kind of felt like, well, I guess RJ isn't what we thought he was going to be, but that's okay. We love RJ. You know what I mean? But it's actually turning into, wait, this kid's really, really good. Yeah, this kid's really good. He could possibly be your second best player on a championship team at this point, like trajectory. He could end up being the first best player, but that's dependent on the work he puts in. No one's going to give him that. That's what he has to earn that. But yeah, great game. Outside of the free throws, I don't see what you can really get mad at RJ for.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the turnovers were, the free throws were the biggest hitch in his game. Otherwise, he played well. He like you alluded to the turnovers. He not bad. Like his court vision is a lot better. His passing is a lot better. His shot selection. I mean, sometimes you're just like, why? But then he's knocking them down. So it's kind of just like, all right, maybe he sees something that we don't see. So kudos to RJ for having a good game. And I don't know if you saw post game, after the Clippers game, but they were calling him Star J Berry. So,
Star
J Berry, Star J Barrett. Sorry.
Well, Star J. It's funny how much the media like hijack shit. Like they've been calling RJ Star J Barrett for like a year and a half now on Twitter. So it's like now the media catches up to it. They're like, all right, now we can go to now.
He's playing like it now.
He's actually now he's playing like it. So I guess he's earned the nickname Star J, and it kind of fits. But he's got a long way to go. You just want him to continue to progress. You're putting the ball in his hands, and he's showing you that it's worth it. And that's as a coach, as a front office, there's nothing better than for one of your investments to really pan out. You know what I'm saying? Especially a high draft pick. Like it doesn't always work out. Like if you really look at the first, second, and the top 3 picks in each draft, we can go back the past 10 years. I guarantee maybe 4 of those guys are actually still as good as they're supposed to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? 4. And that's like Karl Anthony Towns, Jason Tatum, Ja. I can't even put Zion anymore because of his injuries. But you know what I mean? Like there's a few guys in that that range that actually hit. You know what I mean? And it's good to see RJ actually doing his thing there.
Did Tyler Hero go first round?
I believe Tyler Hero was second round.
Second round? Okay.
He could have been late first round, but I believe he was second round. Let me check that.
I know he's playing up to it. But while you look that up, they asked RJ or Star J what he felt and about his recent play, and he said, I feel like I really haven't earned anything yet.
Yeah,
I want more. I'm gonna keep trying to get more, and it sounds like the obvious answer or whatever, but I believe that's what he actually believes, and so I'm looking forward to what he's going to bring in the future.
Right, yeah, and I agree. I think what was the question? Oh no, they asked him, do you think you can carry a team or carry this team? And he was like, I haven't earned anything yet. And the thing about RJ is we're starting to see that RJ is a chemistry guy. He's not going to say something that's going to make one of his teammates look bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's not going to put himself above any of his teammates. He's just not that kind of guy.
Right.
And it was funny because there was even a quote that he said, which could have been taken out of context, when asked about what was it? They asked him about the jersey sales, being number 14 in jersey sales.
Yeah.
And he said along the line, I don't, not verbatim, of course, because I'm gonna chop it up, but he said that damn, what did he say? Crap. I'm drawing a blank.
I know they asked him at the end. I know Harlow asked him at the end of the game, and he was just like, "Yeah, I love the fans or whatever," something similar to that.
Yeah, he said basically, he said when you put in the work in this city, the fans, and like I said, not verbatim. Basically, he's just saying when you put in the work in this city, the fans, they really show you the love if you really earn it, basically. And a lot of people were like, this has to be a shot at Julius Randle. And I'm like, guys, come on. You got to relax. Wow. You got to relax.
They're trying, man.
You really got to relax. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. I'm always looking for chemistry issues. I'm always looking like, all right, does this guy feel some kind of way? Because I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm not the only person that's noticed this. I feel as though Quickly kind of feels some kind of way about Grimes. And it's weird because there's been times where I've seen him look him off and then just went into his little dribble and then turn over or toss it up and nothing really comes out of it. And then I'm like,
that now.
See, but that's what I mean. I didn't want it to be something. I ignored it for like 2 weeks because I'm like, maybe he's just looking for the better shot. Maybe Grimes is just being eager and he really doesn't need the ball at that moment. You know what I mean? I was thinking I was looking at it the wrong way. And then somebody else said it today. I said, damn it. I was hoping that like I was hoping I was the only one that thought about that. But yeah, I think there's some amount, and let's just be real, there's some amount of threat there when it comes to what he can bring at either the backup or as a starter.
He
Grimes.
he he is the IQ of this season.
He's
Because
the
when
IQ of
IQ
this season.
came in, he was the
Yeah.
young rookie that came in and
Right.
was lighting people
Getting
up
all
from
the
the
love.
3-point line. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he hasn't been playing to that level that he used to. And now
Yeah.
Grimes is coming in and he's wowing the crowd the same way that IQ was. So maybe there's a little jealousy there, but I haven't noticed anything. So now I'm going to be looking for it, of
Well,
course.
I mean, if you hear the coach, like every time like even tonight when the coach was talking about everybody, he just mentioned Grimes. He's like, and Grimes, he's just, and I'm just like, yo, relax, you gotta relax, bro. These people listen to this shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy because you can tell he really likes Grimes.
He does.
Tonight, for an extended period of time, they did not bring out Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier.
Yeah. I
They
think it was the entire fourth
the
quarter,
entire
if
fourth
I'm not
quarter,
mistaken.
they kept Manuel Quickly and Grimes in there with the starters, and looked pretty damn good. Like I can't even lie to you. Besides for the fact that Quickly was 1 for 10 from the field, we can get into that. And the only shot he made was a 3-pointer. A lot of his other shots were very questionable, as you can see by his percentage. He shot 10% from the field.
Yeah,
Which doesn't even sound like an NBA number. He was 1 for 10 from the field, 1 for 6 from three, 0 from the free throw line, which just tells you it there. 6 assists, a lot of nice ones in there.
yeah.
Guys, because a guy can get assists does not mean he has to be a point guard. Like I think IQ can be an off-ball point guard. Yes, I think he can be an off-ball point guard, but a point guard in like you're gonna let him run your offense. I do not want Emmanuel Quickly right now, from what he showed me right now, running my offense. I would like for him to be on the floor as a starter. Don't get me wrong. But just running my offense, I think Quickly is he's the perfect kind of guard that you would have with your point forward. You got RJ Barrett, who you can run your offense through, and you kind of can run quickly off ball, and he can catch and shoot in certain situations when RJ draws the defense in. I just think Quickly is the perfect kind of guard for RJ. You know what I mean? When you look at what Kemba brings to the game, there was a certain part of the game where I think in the first half, Kemba might have had 7 shots, Evan had 6, and RJ had 5. And then RJ only had 7 points at the half. You know what I mean? And it's just like those guys do not need to be taking more shots than RJ Barrett at any point of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my opinion, especially when it's mostly off the dribble shots you're getting from Kemba and Evan a lot of time. Well, not Evan's a lot of Evan's shots was catch and shoot.
Yeah.
But I just believe that Quickly is a better fit next to RJ than Kemba. You know what I'm saying? So I think whenever Kemba plays, it's obvious that there's kind of a stagnant kind of offense because it's like, what do you do with RJ there? Because you gotta play the ball through Kemba when he's on the floor. You have to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I agree. I don't think Quickly can run the offense. I feel like when he's on, but when he's off, it just looks really, really bad.
It looks bad, yeah.
And the offense looks bad as a result of it. He does a lot of dribbling when he can't make a decision. And a lot of these plays are, you got to be quick and decisive, or else you miss the opportunity, and then you end up doing what he does: dribbles into defense, dribbles out, shot clock running down, then you have to take a really bad shot, and that's your entire possession. So, but like I said, when he's good, he's good. He makes great passes. He it seems like he finds the open man, but when he doesn't, it looks really bad. So I mean, they gotta figure that out.
Yeah. I think Quickly is, and by the way, the Tyler Hero, we never went back to it. He was drafted number 13 in the first round of 2019, which I think was the same year that Kevin Knox. Damn. Anyway, wow. So
he got some minutes over there in Atlanta, though.
bro, it's just this that these pictures look worse and worse as the years go along. You know what I'm saying? Like Frank's pick was like, you know me, I was a big Frank fan.
Yeah.
Pause. But he was just
not what they expected.
No, it just wasn't anything. Um, it's tough, but whatever. Him, Knox, and you just look at the guys that were drafted after them. Like we could have, I think we could we have had Miles Bridges? No, I think Miles and Mikal both went right before. No, I think we could have had Miles Bridges. Jesus, man, or Tyler Hero, whatever. Like, but you can't see the future,
right?
It's just you have to learn how to judge talent and scout a little bit better, especially when it comes to it's not just talent. You got to know how to find a player with motors. You know what I mean? Not every player has a motor that you can just work through. I am worried about Cam Reddish's motor. I think he has a lot of talent. But I also think he has a lot of the same. I think he has way more talent than Knox, but he has a lot of the same issues when it comes to just like his motor. Sometimes, I hopefully that pick pans out, that trade pans out. But yeah, let's check the chat. What's going on here? What's good? My boy Leak. What's good, Leak? My boy's in here. Izzy, what's good, bro? What's good? He said we protesting Facebook. Listen, they're not watching, but this is for Facebook because every single time I go live from here from StreamYard, Facebook is the only streaming platform, social media platform that has an issue with what I'm doing every single time. So Facebook just
and they won't tell you why though,
and they won't tell me
that's
why.
the big thing.
Like apparently, I can't go live from my Guard Up Knicks account for 25 days, which is down to 25 from 30, obviously. But the reasoning they said, apparently they didn't tell me when it happened. They didn't tell me why. One day I was just randomly looking on my Facebook and it popped up like restrictions. And I'm like, oh, maybe this is how I can find out what I did. So they're showing me like removed or disabled posts from my original page. But they're not telling me what it was. So I'm like, all right, how is this helping me? If you're not going to tell me what I did, how am I going to not do it again?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I disputed it, nothing, but I'm just banned. So I'm like, I'm just probably not gonna go live on Facebook. I will gladly just post this link. You guys can come here and watch it from here, but I'm not gonna continue to let Facebook just interrupt with all of that because it's a headache at the same time because I'm trying to go live and then I gotta figure out why it won't let me go live and it's just bad timing. But anyway, thumbs up, Facebook. Hopefully you get your shit together. But yeah, Lonnie's in the building. What's going on, bro? He says Bridges would have been a good pickup. Yeah, man. I mean, you see what he's doing this year. He's pretty much, and you saw what he did to us this year. He's balling. The guys he's been on a tear as of recent, and Knox is coming off the bench in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get back to some of these numbers here. Julius Randle, by far the most frustrating player on
do a sandwich. Start off with something positive. Then, pack all the negativity and end with something positive.
Okay. This will be fun. I mean, this is gonna be more like a Big Mac. It's gonna be this is a double quarter pounder right here. So all right, positive. Julius was active. He was mentally there today, which is if 9 times out of 10 if Julius is there, he's going to be able to bring you something positive offensively. Can't say what he's going to bring you defensively because it's still hit or miss this year. Last year he was one of the best one-on-one defenders. This year his team defense is just atrocious. It's and I know they're two different things, but still it's it's like night and day, like with his effort. But back to a positive, like I said, Big Mac. Um, he looked to he's still the best. I'm not gonna say passer. He's still the best creator on this team when it comes to other players. Um, Now is his decision making better than other players? No, no. I think his awareness at times, at most times, is a step slow. He's always like a step slow. He's always a few millimeters, like a few milliseconds, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like it never clicks as soon as it's supposed to click. But anyway, 18 points, 4 turnovers, 4 assists.
That's his average, though. I feel
That's
like
his,
he gets four turnovers every game.
yeah.
Stupid,
Then
stupid
he had
turnover.
like 7 last night.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And it gets frustrating. It's just very frustrating. You want to like the guy. Like the reason why we're so mad as fans is because we actually like you, Julius. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for you to be night and day from last year when it comes to your effort that you're bringing every single night, your emotions. Like, you can't keep your emotions in check. Like, I'm really questioning if something happened over the year, like over the summer, like or something, like because it's damn near a completely different person.
Yeah.
But anyway, 7 rebounds, 2 for 7 from three, 4 for 6 from the free throw line. He missed some crucial free throws at a bad time too. I
Yeah.
think the timing of his were. I think he was 4 for 6. You can't really be too mad. I mean, you wish he would make at least one of those. So he could come out 5 for 6, but just the timing that he missed the two that he missed at that time of the game was just bad. 6 for 17 from the field. Um, and -22 plus minus. I I I I don't know how to defend that anymore. You know what I mean? It's effort a lot of times. If if the entire starting lineup was just like all in like deep negatives, it would be a lot more like, all right, yeah, you guys just look bad out there together. But Evan Fournier -14, Kemba -11, but they only played 19, 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? They didn't play in the entire fourth quarter.
Right.
Nerlens with a -1. Now RJ with a -11. He, for like I said in the beginning, for most of the game, in the beginning of the game, he did not look good. He just didn't look good. His passes look good,
Yeah.
but he didn't look good. So that's how he gets that -11 there. But Julius, sometimes he's just very, very frustrating to watch, and I just want him to get out of the funk. I can't say trade him because they're probably not going to trade him. Um, I don't know what the hell to do with him. But what you got? What you got with Julius?
All right. Positive things that I can say about him is that he's a very physical player. I like his aggressiveness. I like how when he forgets about the refs, he plays his game and he gets away with buckets.
Forgot about the rest of tonight. Jesus Lord.
I feel like this game and I think the last game too wasn't as bad as the previous games as far as his complaining. But I still think that he gets he loses focus when he's thinking about the call that he feels like he should have gotten but didn't, and I think that is still a detriment to the team.
Yeah.
Positive is when he's determined, he will get to the basket and he will score
at will.
And there's nothing that's going to stop him. There's no player that's too big. There's no player that's whatever. He's going to get to the hole. He's going to score. It may look ugly, but he's going to score. And I think that is why the coach will and management will keep him on the team. I don't think they're going to trade him because like when they need for him to turn it on and he has that anger or whatever, he's going to score. And or he's going to get the ball to someone who is going to score. And so I agree with you said in the opening portion of the show where he can create. He'll find teammates. He's going to hit the open shooter in the corner. So those are the things that a team needs. And
Right.
when no one is hot, he'll get the bucket.
He'll
So
get the bucket. Yeah. There was a
even
few
though
times.
RJ outscored him today, and the previous game, he's still up there, like as the second highest scorer if he's not the number one scorer. So
Yeah, the past. I don't remember the last game RJ scored under 20. It might have been like 6 games ago at this point because he's just been on fire.
yeah,
Julius at some point tonight he was like, I think he had like 11 points and RJ had like 5 or 7, and then RJ just went past him. And
yeah.
it's starting to be clear. Like I don't want it to be a RJ versus Julius thing
Please don't let it
because
be.
yeah,
And I feel
because
like that's what the fans are going to start
that's what
doing.
the fan. No, that's what the fans have started to do already. They've
bad.
already started. They've already started it. And it's like, how many guys do you need to win a championship? One. Like what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're gonna need more than one guy to win a championship. But my issue with that is Julius the guy that can play a number 2 behind a number 1, especially if that number 1 used to be the number 2? That is what I'm wondering. How well I could just follow in the lead of someone who was my follower. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I really do that? And I mean, as just a human being, not Julius Randle, like
as a man,
like alpha, and he's clearly an alpha dog.
Yeah.
So these things matter. Back to the chat real quick. Lonnie says it's really hard to have a New York motor, and I mean that's factual, man. It's very true. We're even questioning Julius here in New York because of how he's been handling the media and the fans. And it's like, dude, you came here, you should have known what you were getting yourself into. It's New York. And Lonnie says, "Or Facebook stupid whack for that. Tell him go sit down somewhere." Dre voice. I can literally hear it in Andre's voice.
Exactly.
Yeah. Shout out to Dre, by the way.
Shout out to Dre.
He works during the week. I mean, during the week at night. So, and we didn't record yesterday. You probably would have been here today. I mean, been there yesterday if we recorded because it was a weekend, but it didn't work out like that. And he'll be back soon. He'll be back. You guys don't worry about Dre. Trust me. He loves you guys. He talks about you guys all the time. Jelani says, does the GUK podcast feel like we're getting close to the time to pack him up and ship him off? Or is there still hope upon the horizon for Randle? That's a loaded question. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I'll answer first because I feel like your answer is going to be better than mine. I don't feel that we're nearing that. But then again, you never know what's going to happen when it comes trade time. Mm-hmm. You don't know what offers are going to be given. You don't know what players we're going to get that may be complimentary to him. Mm-hmm. So it's tough to say. I still think that he's the star of this team, even though RJ is on the rise right now and he's playing really well these last couple of games. Mm-hmm. I still think he's the star of the team. So I don't think we're getting close to the time to pack him up. I still feel like he's on that seesaw where some games he's up, some games he's down, and we never really know what we're going to get from him. But I don't think we're ready to pack him up just yet.
I think there's a lot to this situation that you got to consider when it comes to trading Julius Randle. I think if you trade Julius Randle right now, you'll lose the locker room. And as much as we don't like to see it, 99% of the time when he's doing the shit that he's doing, he is the guy that these guys look towards to be their leader every night.
Yes.
No matter whether we like it or not, they built relationships over the past 2 to 3 years that he can be whoever the hell he wants to be, and they're gonna ride with him.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. So trading Julius Randle right now, right after, literally like 5 months after you give him an extension, is the most toxic thing you can do as a Knicks front office.
Yeah.
So I think as Knicks fans, we really got to calm the hell down and just be patient.
I agree.
Wait it out. It's going to be a tough year. Nothing we do at the deadline is going to make us a deep playoff team. Nothing, guys. I don't care. There's nothing we have that can get us anything that'll make us a deep playoff team. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just relax. And I'm not talking to you, Jelani. I'm talking to the fan base, because if you've been on Twitter the past week and a half, it gets crazy. But do I think that we should just follow Julius Randle's lead? No. He's going to have to make, I don't know, he's going to have to fit back in the way he's supposed to. And you got to adjust. When there's growing pieces, you don't sit in the same spot. You got to move over a little bit. And I think that's just the point that they're really gonna have to deal with. You bring in a guy like Kemba, you bring in a guy like Evan, guys that both need the ball to be productive, who have earned the right to be productive with the ball in their hands in this league. No one expected RJ to make this kind of leap, or to be ready to make this kind of leap this soon. If anybody saw it, they were like, maybe in year 3, maybe year 4, but like not early year 3. Like, you're already like, all right, well, the ball needs to be in Julius Randle's hands, or we're not. I mean, RJ's hands, or we're not going to be productive. Like, we're at that point now where if RJ doesn't get the ball, somebody's blowing some shit up.
All I keep hearing in the back of my head is State saying he's 2 years away from being 2 years away. That's all I keep hearing in the back of my head. He loves some RJ though.
Shout out State, man. Shout out State. But yeah, man, it's the guy needs to have the ball in his hands to be productive. I think you have to ride with Julius Randle until at least the next trade deadline. I wouldn't say at least this summer. You don't move him this year in the middle of the season. Like I said, nothing we do is going to help our situation. You keep him where he's at for now. Let him finish out the season. If talk to him at the end of the season, would you like to be traded? If not, okay, cool. Well, here's the plan.
Right.
This is going to be looking more like RJ's team a little bit, and your team. We're not going to forget about you, Julius. But if you're down for that, we can make this work. And it's that simple. And if he's like, yeah, I'm with it, then now at that point, you can't come in to the season with any quarrels towards anyone, because you know what the front office wanted from you, and what they wanted from RJ, and what they wanted from whoever else is on the roster at that point. But I think you have to reach the end of the season to get there. Now, if we don't trade him and we stand pat and we don't make any moves, any moves, there's a pretty high chance that. I don't see it either, but there's a pretty high chance we end up in like the 10th, 11th seed. And if we end up in the 11th seed, that means we didn't even get into the play-in. If Julius Randle's on this team, you don't make the play-in, he's not making it past the summertime. That's just my opinion. If he's still on his team and we don't make the play-in, at least, he's gone. Like, he has to be gone. And it's not his fault. And I'm not saying he needs to be at blame here. What I'm saying is he and some other pieces will need to be gone, because clearly whatever is here isn't working.
It's not working.
And that's all I'm saying. But is it time now to pack him up and ship him off? Nah, I can't say that, Lonnie. Not yet. Izzy says it's hard to have that hope. I understand that. Who else we got? Lonnie back here. Lonnie's in here heavy today. What's going on, bro? His stat line for this year is best described in one word. Underwhelming. And anyway, I'm guessing you're talking about Julius Randle. Is it Julius Randle? I hope. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah. But yeah, let's see what else we got. I
want to say underwhelming. Like, I feel like it's just growing pains. Like, we have a new squad, and everybody's trying to figure out where they fit. He's a star of the team, and he's not playing 100% well. But you have to understand, he likes to have a team where he can dish the ball to and they can score. And so when they're not scoring, it makes him look worse. So I feel like there's a lot of adjustments that have to be made with the team, because remember, we were heavy defense first, and then we kind of switched to not so much defense and a little more offense. Like
Right.
we heard things like we're going to take more threes in games and things like that. So
Right.
the makeup of the team changed. So I mean, when you have adjustments like that, and you can see he's obviously upset about something.
Yeah.
What, we don't know, but it could be anything. So I mean, there's a lot of things that goes into what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, what? Let's see. What did Tune say? I saw Tune left. There it is. He said, "Tell Tri-State West." First of all, that is wild disrespectful. That is
He's
wild
not
disrespectful.
worldwide no more, huh?
He's not worldwide, huh? He's Tri-State. That's wild. Um, shout out, cuz. Um, but yeah, he said tells Tri-State West Scary Perry and the Godfather Leon Rose to make a move for Randall, Evan, and get a point guard over here. I think the only way you make a trade for I'm gonna leave it up. If you trade Randall and Evan and you get a point guard over here, the only guy you're considering that's available for trade at this point is De'Aaron Fox. Would you make that trade for De'Aaron Fox? Hell yeah. But would the Kings make that trade? Hell no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would love for De'Aaron Fox to be here. I was a huge De'Aaron Fox fan, especially in college when he was busting Lonzo Ball ass every time they played each other. Um, I've always been a big De'Aaron Fox fan, even though he's talked trash about the Knicks. But who the hell hasn't at this point? Um, but I don't know if Sacramento wants Julius that bad. Now they do have a bunch of guards over there. They got Davion Mitchell. They got Tyrese Halliburton as well. So it does. I mean, I'm sure they're listening to offers for De'Aaron Fox, but does Julius Randle tickle their fancy? Like, I don't know if like, yo, we want Julius. Like, I don't think there's anybody in the league like, yo, see what Julius is over there doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody looking at us like, yo, yeah, I don't want him. All right, like,
maybe Detroit.
oh, boy, I mean, that's well, we heard that we were in talks with him. We talks with them with for what's his name? The main guy, Jeremy Grant. So maybe that could have been something that was going on. But yeah, my point for this is I don't think that Sacramento wants Julius that bad. Now, I think if De'Aaron has behind the scenes voiced that he wants to be traded, that's a different story. That might end up better for the Knicks in that situation. But if he says that he wants to be traded, I think there's more than just the Knicks that will be trying to get him that might actually have better pieces than us. But I'd love to trade Julius and Evan to get De'Aaron Fox. But once again, the only thing about and this is what I'm saying, I'm gonna move on. I don't think that fit works. As much as we would love De'Aaron Fox, a guard who plays primarily on ball and doesn't shoot well off ball is not going to work well with RJ long term. Now they're both amazing talents, right? But the difference, like, all right, now if you look at Elfrid Payton and RJ, the reason why they didn't work well together was because even though Elfrid was the point guard, he had the ball in his hands all the time. He couldn't shoot. He couldn't really do much else or be effective. The reason why it was that, if you remember, the thing I hated the most about Elfrid Payton was the fact that he could get to the basket whenever he wanted, but he could never finish.
Yeah.
That is the opposite of what De'Aaron Fox can do. So that is the positive that De'Aaron Fox could bring to this team, being able to get to the basket and finish. But then now you still have the same issue that we've always had with Mitch being here, with RJ being here, and the paint clog. Now, if you're talking about adding someone who's shooting 20-something% from the three-point line, he's clearly not someone who's hunting a three-point shot. So that's one more guy that's trying to get into the paint to get his buckets. I think a guy, and this is why I like Quickly for this situation, or Grimes. You never know, especially with Tibbs running as your. I mean, if he's running Burks at point guard, anyone could be a point guard. But I just think that De'Aaron Fox, as good as he is, I think there's just a fit. Yeah, you put talent on the team, the guy's gonna get better. But I want to put talent on the team that's going to be able to lead to sustained success in the playoffs. That's just me. So either we stand pat, we wait for a better point guard out there, or we go and give Jalen Brunson $80 million. So puts us in a nice little spot there. Let's see. Lonnie says he's seeing the next phase in his leadership, but the curve is a lot steeper. He's talking about Julius Randle. And because it's New York, the timeline is shorter. Odds are against him, but if he rises from this and adjusts, spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you are talking about Julius Randle, I think that's the best way to describe it. If he is ready to step into his next stage of leadership, which means I don't have to be the best player on this team, and I'm still going to do whatever I can to make this team better, that is what we need. And I think that is, like he says, spooky. That's very spooky for the situation because RJ and Julius together, when they're both rocking, they're a problem. They can both give you 50, 60 in a night, like any given night. The only problem that I have is just Julius's decision making at times can be a little slow. Last game versus the Clippers, there was just some plays where he was just too late to get rid of the ball off of a double team.
Yes.
And it's turning into turnovers.
Yes.
And it's just like you have to see that coming. There's no way you don't see that.
But it was back to back. So it was like, all right, so you saw it happen this time. Yeah, I get the ball back and you do the exact same thing. And it was just like, yo, it was the Atlanta playoff series all over again.
Yes, frustrating. And this is why I'm saying he's the most frustrating player because he's so talented. But then he can turn around and make the boneheadest play you've ever seen.
That's right, like, folks. He said boneheadest.
Boneheadedest. The boneheadedest play, man.
But it's absolutely true, though. It's absolutely true.
It's absolutely true. I don't I don't like talking negatively about people online. That's not my style. Which is why a lot of times you guys see me shy away from, like, even when I'm pissed off, I'll be like, yeah, this guy get on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Because, this kind of stuff lingers online. They'll pick it up and they'll just like sling it all over the place. Now you're talking about, oh, he was talking trash with me. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
If I don't like something, I'm going to mention it. That's that simple. But you have to just be a little bit better at that kind of shit. Like, there's no way. It's like year 3.
Yeah.
And you're still not. All right. But anyway, he's ours for now. He's ours. As he said, the Goodfellas. I don't know why he said that, but that was funny. He's not to blame, but because he's the leader, it falls on him. That's the perils of being a leader, especially in New York, bro. Like, you can't come here and expect not to hear it when you mess up. They're gonna let you hear it. The fans are going to let you hear it in the Garden, and they're not gonna be scared. Like, and they'll tell you to get the hell out of here the moment you start showing any emotion toward them booing you or anything. Like
they
that.
Booing him, so they're definitely not afraid to show you how they feel, man.
No, they're not afraid at all.
At home.
At home. Let's see. This year, with the lack of defense, is exposing Randle's lack of drive and hustle, especially when things aren't going his way, and that's been my main thing with Julius. I think offensively, he's largely the same player that he was last year. I think the only difference is he's just not making the same crazy ass shots he was making last year. Because that's the only difference offensively. He's taking the same shots. He's just missing them. A lot of those, I mean, even now, I mean, even though now he's it's just more effort. Like you saw in the second half tonight, he wasn't really taking shots. He was just looking for the right pass. And cool.
He gave up a lot of open
He
shots.
gave a lot of open shots up. And you're the best player on the team. I understand you want to make the best play, but we're better when you're playing aggressive.
Yeah.
Not now. There was a moment in the third where he and RJ were both getting me pissed. Like they were pissing me off because they just started hunting for their own basket. They stopped looking at their teammates, and it's like, bro, like it's like 4 straight plays you guys haven't scored, and the other team went down and scored. Like, come on, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just use our teammates. But yeah, hopefully he figures it out, man. There goes me being the optimist. No, he's not.
Gotcha.
Lonnie says they can play defense, though they just choose to do it when it's too late. Yeah. I don't know. And he also said, good point, Rick. He do seem mad about something for sure. Oh, you guys are going off in here. Jeez. My man. With the master plan, boneheaded this. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, everybody hashtag that on Twitter right now.
Hashtag boneheadedest. The boneheadedest at all. And there's gonna be a picture of Julius. He's gonna be like oh man, that's funny. Toon says I'd rather see Mitch put up a 3 and airball like Bianco at least try. I don't know, man. Like I don't want to see Mitch taking no threes right now. Like that actually would scare me. That actually would scare the hell out of me. Anyway, let's get to some more of these stats. Before we get out of here. What do we got? Let's talk about we really talked about the starting lineup. And let's shout out to Brick Hands. My man Nerlens Noel.
He played well.
Like shout out to him, man. Like
both games.
He came in. It seems like he put a little glue in his hands. I mean, but more than anything, he does a lot of these plays where he's just hitting the ball out. And I'm like, yo, if that's what you're gonna do,
I love that.
You can do that because you clearly can't catch it. So just hit it. Like hit it towards your teammate. And that works.
Yeah, I love it.
13 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 4 points. That not really looking for him. He's 1 for 1. 0 for 3 from the free throw line. I mean, if he made 1 or 2 of those, we would have probably still been in that game. But he was only a -1. Good game from Nerlens. Evan and Kemba, we kind of talked about them a little bit. What happened?
I'm reading Toxic Nick fans comment.
I didn't even see it yet. See, I gotta blink. I have to put it on full screen so I can focus because I know if I have it up, I'm gonna start looking and laughing in the middle of you talking. So, but keep it coming, chat. Keep it coming, chat. I'm gonna get back to you guys in a second. Grimes, man, he has to continue to play. I mean, we spoke about him a little bit. 4 for 6 from the 3-point line. He was 4 for 7 from the field. I guess he only took 1 shot inside the 3-point line, and missed it. But I mean, listen, the guy can shoot. And
he's not afraid.
He's not afraid, and more than anything, I mean, let's shout out to the fact that he had the highest plus minus on the team.
Yeah.
That's because when he goes out there, he's usually tasked with guarding the best guy. They put him on Garland. They put him on everybody.
Defense. Yep.
The guy can play on both ends of the floor. And I'm sorry, Quick, but that's going to get him a lot of playing time. It's going to get him a lot of playing time.
Quick don't mind. Come on.
If you think Quick don't mind, you don't know Quick. Quick minds. Quick definitely minds. You can see
I think as any competitive basketball player, they want minutes. So
I mean, if unless you're Knox. So shout out to Kevin, man. Shout out to Kevin. So yeah, Grimes 12 points. I think he had 13 last night. Did he have 13 or was it the other night? He's been actually, I think last night he was kind of off. But Grimes has been pretty consistent. He's gonna hit a shot even when he's missing them. He's gonna hit a shot. and he's going to play great defense. He makes the smart pass. That's one thing about Grimes that I don't think people know is that he actually played point guard in high school and going into college. So he has a lot of experience being a point guard. And he's not like the Russell Westbrook point guard where he's just going out there like dunking on everybody and he has the ball in his hand, so he's the point guard. Like Quentin Grimes was actually a point guard. So he's definitely gonna just need time to spread his wings over here. We talked about quickly 3 points, 1 for 10 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3, 6 assists, doing his thing there. Hopefully he can get a shot going again. Taj Gibson, what can we say about Taj? Taj comes in at 6 points, 8 rebounds in 18 minutes. Like, come on, bro. Like you can't really be mad at Taj for anything. He's like like the uncle that always like comes through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what's going on, Taj? Taj always there. And Obi, man, shout out to Obi. We finally got a big game from Obi.
Yeah.
In 15 minutes, and here's the thing with Obi. It's clear he needs a point guard in order to be effective. Some people might say that's a detriment to him. Some people might say, what big man doesn't need a point guard? So, I mean, I think Obi kind of falls in the middle there. I think there's a few plays today where he just put the ball on the floor and attacked the basket.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's all you need to do. 90% of the time, the guys guarding you can't guard you, Obi. You can jump higher than them. You're probably faster than them.
Yeah.
Put the ball on the floor and go to the basket. That's simple. You don't need an alley-oop to dunk it every single time. You don't need a fast break to dunk it. Look to get your points within the half-court offense. And he did that today. He hit 3 threes.
Yep.
Not 1, not 2, but 3. He was 3 for 4 from the field. An anomaly. We need to put this on the wall because he's not going to shoot another 3 for 4 night for the rest of the season. Sorry, but let's just be real. He's not going to do that, guys. I think the last time he hit 3 threes in a game was last year, if he ever did it before.
Yeah. Early in the season.
Yeah. So, shout out to Obi. The shot fell today.
Yeah.
If you're going to be out there 97 minutes a game, you better hit one of them. So good. You know, that's what I want to see. 13 points, 6 rebounds. I think he had a steal. And he had a terrible turnover, which resulted in, I think, a Garland steal.
Yeah.
Which was just a bad timely one because I think we were on like a run. I think we were on like a 6-7 point run at that point.
Yeah.
But it was fine because coach actually kept him in and then he actually hit a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
When he did that. So but that's pretty much it on the stats. I don't really have much else there. But let's see what these guys are talking about in this chat before we get on out of here. Let's see. Yo, why are we paying Nerlens Noel? First of all, I know Joe loves that comment because Joe was pissed the hell off when we signed Nerlens. But why are we paying him? Hopefully so he can be a good trade piece. We got to find, I mean, hopefully. And maybe you said paying? Did you mean playing? Because Izzy said no Mitch. That's why. Maybe he meant to say playing. Nah, he definitely said paying. Let's see. We got Jericho Sims, Nerlens Noel got hands like he pulled chicken out the grease with no tongue.
Yeah, I really thought we were going to see Sims tonight.
What?
I did. I did because I felt like it was a young team, and he has young talent. I thought maybe he would throw him in there for a little bit with the second unit, but because I figured Taj older, even though he has that vet status, and he still plays, makes the right decisions. I just still felt Sims would have made an appearance. I personally don't care for Sims. But I thought tonight would have been one of those nights.
I care for Sims. Like I think Sims should be playing. Like I mean, not over anybody. Not over anybody.
Not over Taj?
No. There's just certain things that Taj brings to the game that Sims, if Sims played, how many minutes did Taj play tonight? Let me check that again. Taj played 18,
almost 19 minutes.
He played 19 minutes. Jericho Sims out there for 19 minutes. We probably lose by 10.
Not the full, but like he should have came in maybe like did a 5-minute stint toward the end of the quarter or something.
I just think that Tom was trying to win this game like at every point. Like,
yeah.
So he just didn't have time to get him in there. That's probably really what it was. But yeah, like we gotta start blowing some teams out if we want to see Sims. We want to see Deuce. Like, if we want to see these guys play, we gotta start blowing some teams out.
Yeah, I gotta watch Westchester because
that's the only time, and they're killing in Westchester, by the way.
And they are.
Toxic. This comment just still got me freaking crying on the inside.
Yo, that's what I was laughing at earlier. Just by the way,
said pull chicken out the grease with no tongs. Yo, that is mad painful. Like take my strong hand. Nah, not for nothing. That is crazy, bro. That's probably why he can't. He probably pulled mad chicken out the grease with no tongue. Jose said, "Huh?"
I said it's only hot for a little bit.
Says Nerlens. Randle had a dunk right down the middle and decides to do a double pump layup for the miss.
For the miss.
Listen, man. Like I said, the most frustrating player that has ever worn a Knicks jersey, outside of
there's quite a few.
Outside of J.R. Smith, I'll say. Yeah, I'll say J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith was frustrating as hell. But it wasn't as frustrating because he wasn't your best player. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Damn, he's Julius Randle's the most frustrating player because he just can't be the best player and be freaking frustrating. Joe says, did anybody see that second to last possession? Julius had the whole left side, one-on-one with Dean Wade. Cavs defense wasn't set, and Julius backs it out and lets the Cavs get set. Like I said, he's just a step slow mentally. I don't know what the hell be going on. Like, Julius just gets the ball, and it's like he starts thinking. And it's like, no. Once you start doing that, it's over. Like, especially Julius, because he's not a thinker. He's an overthinker. Like, he's going to think and then overthink. And it's like, damn, now 4 or 5 seconds just went by. You know what I'm saying? And now they're double teaming you. And that's probably what happens. He probably wakes up in like a daydream, and then there's 2 people on him. And then by that time, it's like a turnover. Could you imagine like having that problem on the court where you like, oh, shit, and you start thinking and you wake up and there's like 2 people on you? Like, oh, that's probably what happened. Izzy said, I think they saving Sims for the G League. Yeah, I mean I think he's their only 2-way deal, so it's only right. I keep hitting my mic here. Pardon me. It's hard for me to watch quickly, man. He just be out there freestyling.
Yeah.
No rhyme or reason to what he's doing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When he's on, he's on. But when he's off, it's just like, what are you doing?
Yo, that play where he came down the court, and I think there was how much time left in the clock, and he pulled like a 35-footer?
Yeah.
I said, quick, what the fuck are you doing?
See, this is why Facebook don't.
Nah, bro. Like, nah. You can't ban me because I said the F word, bro. This is mad, like, slander all over Facebook that they be letting rock. You can't be mad at me because this dude takes a fucking 35-footer. But
he was feeling
He wasn't. He was 1 for 10.
He was feeling that shot, man. That's not a shot that he would have missed his first season though, because he was taking those shots. We were talking about how during warm-ups he was taking shots from the free throw, making it look from half court, making it look like a free throw shot. So I mean, what happened to that? I don't know, but that shot he was feeling. So
what happened to it was Quick wanted to be a point guard all of a sudden over the summer, so he stopped working on his jump shot. Like, dog, just be a combo guard and be the best combo guard you can be, but like focus on being a starter. Like, get there first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be a point guard, bro. Like, just be a starter.
But that's easy to say when you have Elfrid Payton as a starting point guard. He was just like, all right, I get it. I want to be a point guard. So he was declaring it, saying that's the position that I want.
But there's no way he's going against all of these top point guards in the league. And the stuff that was,
he felt he could. He was on fire from the from the play that he got. He was on fire. So why not? Why not think it? You could tell he was feeling hype. They had to tell him to chill out with all the celebrating and stuff like that. I'm telling you, he felt he could do it.
Probably right about that.
Just observation.
Probably right about that. I mean, I think that Quickly has a lot to his development that needs to happen soon if he wants to ever be a starter. And I think it's that simple. He's like this close to being a starter, and he's like this close to like being a bench player for the rest of his career. You know what I'm saying? So it's like tonight, him playing extended minutes with the starters out there tonight, that's good in his resume. Mm-hmm. That's good in his resume. What doesn't look good in his resume is him going 1 for 10 and them losing.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. If you're going to be Emmanuel Quickly, be Emmanuel Quickly. Don't worry about being a point guard. Be Emmanuel Quickly. Don't shoot 1 for 10 and worry about the 6 assists. Oh, I can be a point guard. No one wants you to be your point guard if you're getting 6 assists and you're 1 for 10 from the field. Because at that point, who are you? Elfrid Payton. You know what I'm saying? So worry about being yourself, score, be effective. I love the passes, but don't hunt for these assists. Go out there and be yourself. Take the dumb shots clearly you had the urge to take that dumb shot all game. Get it out the way early. Don't take it when we need to win the game. You know what I'm saying? And you were 1 for 10 from the field, or 1 for 9 at that point. But man, I just sometimes he drives me insane. Sometimes he does some great stuff. Instead of driving and possibly drawing a foul, he throws it out to RJ, and RJ took that 3. I wasn't mad at the RJ 3, but then I was mad because I felt like RJ could have just drove it. But
get the bucket, get the foul, win the game.
Yeah. That's just me. That's me. I feel like if you catch it out there, they're clearly like they ran at you. That's not even you didn't even need to head fake that guy. Just run by him. Like he's already the momentum's going this way. Just go that way. You know what I'm saying? And it's that simple. If he could have just drove to the basket. Now, that's not to say, not to me, the lane was wide open. That doesn't mean that the helpers from the corner and from the paint weren't going to step up. But at that point, you could have got the foul. Yeah. But did we really want RJ at the free throw line?
That's the other thing, yeah.
So,
but I still like that shot better than Randle's shot. Way better than Randle's shot.
Let's talk about Randle's shot. All right, so the thing that pissed me off about his shot is the fact that he catches it, and it's like he wanted to look around for someone else to pass the ball to.
I don't know what he was thinking on that last play.
And I'm not gonna blame him. It was a broken play. Whatever play they drew, the defense played great defense on that play, and they stopped it. But it does not matter. There was still 1.7 seconds on the clock at the point you caught the ball. Mm-hmm. And if you knew that before they blew the whistle and said, hey, your timeout is over, you wouldn't have just caught it and turned away from the basket. Like, people are saying, like, I was talking to some guys on Facebook about it, and they were like, yo, he's lefty. And I'm like, yo, they ran that exact same play for RJ, and it didn't matter. He ran toward the ball, caught it, and lifted, and he got lucky. Maybe that wouldn't happen for Julius, but maybe you get a foul. But turning away from the basket, like furthering yourself 2 more feet away from the basket, and then trying to throw up something that you like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. I just don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he possibly could have been thinking.
Now, I wasn't mad that he took the shot. I wasn't mad that he was in the position to take the shot. I wasn't mad at anything else but the simple fact that you did not seem aware of how much time was on the clock. 1.7 seconds, you could have caught it and just went right up. But that's just it. That's just it. Let's see. And Joe said it. I think he just caught it in a tough spot for a lefty. I mean, yo, bro, like like I said, they ran that same play for RJ. And if you really look at it, if you know you're a lefty and you know there's 1.7 seconds on the clock, we've all done the 3-2-1 drill coming up in our lifetime. Every single one of us, if you've ever picked up a basketball, you've done the 3, 2, 1. There's no way you don't know how to catch a ball and get the ball off before the shot clock goes off. I mean, he's done it for us in the past.
He's been there, yeah.
He's done it for us. Even if he's missed it, you've put yourself in a position to take that shot plenty of times. But catching it and turning away at 1.7 seconds, like if you look at the RJ shot, that was the most awkward shot I've ever seen in my life. And he got lucky because he took an awkward ass shot. But if he would have turned away from the basket, what do you think would have happened in that play? We would have been packing. Simple as that. So it's just sometimes you just gotta be more aware of where you are on the floor, who's around you, and it's the same reoccurring issue. Yeah. The shot clock, it's the same reoccurring issue with Julius, man. Like, how many times have we been like in a possession and it's like, oh damn, there's 5 seconds left, and now Julius is trying to figure out what to do real quick, and it's like, yo, there's what happened to the other 19 seconds on the clock? Anyway, I think he was talking about quickly. Here, he took another dumb one at the end of the third quarter. I mean, he's been full of dumb ones recently. And I really want IQ to figure it out because he's the perfect guy to put next to RJ if you're going to have him at point guard. Anybody else we bring in here is going to have the ball in their hands a lot, and it's not going to work. It's just that. Shout out to Dre. Dre's in the building. He's in here with us. He said I wouldn't play Sims over anyone. I mean, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Right now, I think, and you know, at this point, we already know. I know what you're trying to say, Rick. But yeah, Sims is. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's made some development that we haven't seen. He hasn't played in a big squad for what, a month now. I think no, actually, that's a lie. He played.
He hasn't played.
Somebody was out and he played. I remember him playing. It had to be probably like 2 weeks ago, like 2-3 weeks ago. He played like one game. He was back to the G League. But it was like he played one game within the past like 2 months for the big squad. And it was like the coach said, all right, I've seen enough of you. You got a long way to go. Go ahead, stay down there and work on your game. But it's like single.
Because even when Taj and Mitch fouled out, Randle came in to play the 5. So it's like.
Nah. They brought in Randall's already in, but they brought in Burks
to play point.
Like, what?
Yeah,
I was like, what?
And then they moved Randle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, damn, now they gotta play Sims, and he did not come in. That's why I was just like, wow.
All right. They really had 6'6" RJ playing 4 over bringing Obi in.
Yeah. Even the crowd, everybody thought that they were bringing Obi in. They was excited. They were like, Obi. And they were like, Burks.
Hey. they say Obi.
Hey, Burks, come on.
Yeah, that was just messed up. I don't know why they did him like that. And Toon, you right. I forgot. Me and Dre know. The most frustrating
guy.
Nah, it's not. That's not neither one of our guys. We cannot stand Chris Duhon like that. I don't know, bro. But anyway, yo, Joe, this is what I'm saying. The kid, he said that kid ain't no starting point guard. If he's a starter, he's out there as a spot up shooter, and RJ is doing most of the ball handling. But even his jump shot is broken. But this is what I'm saying. This is the only situation where I see Quickly as a starter. Is if he's next to a point forward. He cannot run anyone's offense.
I'm just telling you what he probably thought.
Listen, he was wrong. He needs to listen to everybody else that's telling him that he's wrong too. Because I think in his situation, the only way someone with that, and I've said it plenty of times, the only way someone with that style can be a starter is if you're either CJ McCollum or Damian Lillard, because neither one of them are a traditional point guard. They're not going to set up your offense. The reason why Dame can be your point guard is because at this point, he can get you 10 assists and 40 points if he really wants to. You know what I'm saying? But he's a scoring point guard. That's just what Dame does. It's a completely different thing. Like, well, I think someone like Dame would fit perfect with RJ because Dame can shoot off ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be productive. But would you take the ball out of his hands to put it in RJ's hands? No. But you see what I'm saying. I'm talking about style of play. Let's see. No, see, but this is also what I was saying. They both caught it at the same. That inbound was from the same side. They both ran towards the ball the same way, but Julius caught it and turned to the right, away from the basket, and RJ caught it and turned to the left. I don't know, man. Maybe I saw it wrong, but it just looked like Julius caught it and turned away instead of instinctually turning toward the basket.
That's what it looked like to me.
That's just what I saw. I don't know. But yeah. Wave was good, bro. What's going on? Let's see. Toxic says, like for real, why is Taj getting minutes over Sims? It's the IQ, bro. It's not just he can run and jump. Like, listen, if it's about athleticism, Sims is there. Sims is there. Like, he's going to be out there.
So is Obi.
But it's not about that all the time. I think the problem with Sims is he's really, really, really bad on defense. And it's not even close. Like, he really is a net minus defender because it's just whoever's guarding him, all they have to do is run a pick and roll. And that's it. He's gone. Like, it's almost as bad. Not as bad. Almost as bad as Enes Kanter when he was running as the center over here. And all you have to do is just run a pick and roll with him, and it was like a turnstile, and he just kept spinning, and you're at the basket, and he's still at the free throw line somehow. But yeah, it's he's got a long way to go. I think he's going to be good though. I think especially with Tibbs as his head coach, he's not going to develop bad habits. So I think he'll be fine. Joe says IQ needs to read the tea leaves. I think he needs to read the tea leaves and either be okay with being just a backup or go with being a head with just being a 2. To me, that's his best shot at being a starter. That's just my opinion. Quickly's best shot at being a starter is being a 2 guard. And that's the only reason why I've always wanted him to be a 2 guard, because I don't think he's beating anyone at the point guard position on any team to be the starter at this point. So, no pun intended. But hopefully he figures it out. I don't want his career to just fall away and wither away like it has been all over the place. A lot of guys. If you're going to play quickly, you got to be prolific. He's not prolific. You're right. I mean, like I said, the difference between him and Dame is prolific, like hella prolific. You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue. Chase Stack says, tough loss. He said, Magic. What do you mean by Magic? Do we play the Magic? What's the schedule looking like? We play
Miami next. So
we play Miami next. What did you mean by Magic? My bye. Let me see. Let's get the schedule up here real quick so we can get the hell on out of here. Come on. All right, I'm about to do a touchscreen because this is acting crazy. Schedule. All right, so we have the Miami Heat. Rough stretch of games here. You got the Miami Heat where they're just balling right now. I think they're offensively rated 3rd in the league. So they're like firing on all cylinders.
Oh,
they're doing their thing. What happened?
Nate said Magic maybe quickly could start on
the Magic.
On the Magic, yeah.
Over Suggs?
And he was balling the other night.
Yeah, not over Suggs. I mean, maybe as a 2. Damn, who's their 2?
I thought Suggs was a 2. What's the
Who's
other
the
guy's
one?
name? Cole Anthony.
Oh yeah, Cole Anthony. Damn, nah, yo, Quick isn't starting over there neither. Damn, bro, Quick. Yo, and this is no, but this is crazy because when you're a Knicks fan, like we like bolster these guys up. Like right now, 90% of our fan base would be like, yeah, I'm not trading Quick. But if we're just looking at it, he's not starting anywhere else on anybody else's team. Like, how valuable is this guy? We're not giving him up, but then nobody wants him like that. Like, unless you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really got to reevaluate who we have on this team. And I'm not trying to, shit on Quick because I love Quick, but I just think when you're just putting him against guys at his position, it's just I want him to be a 2. I don't think it's a big deal if he's a 2 over a 1. I just want him to be a starter. That's my goal. I think being a
Get
point
there.
guard, is the next step. Just be a starter. Um, this next 2 that as Joe said, this you got Miami. Um, wait, why the hell are we playing the Bucks away? But it's a 10 p.m. game. They're an Eastern Conference team. How does that make sense? I'm really lost. What the hell does that make sense?
Uh,
All right. Oh well, that's gonna be a late game. I guess you guys won't see us on Friday night.
Maybe it has something to do with the Bucks schedule.
Possibly. Either way, like I said, you guys won't see us
Yeah,
Friday.
we're not doing a show that night.
It's not happening. So yeah, we we got Miami on Wednesday. The Bucks on Friday. Maybe we do a pregame. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. Um, Kings on Monday. Who I think we can get a win versus the Kings. I think we can get a win versus them.
Hope
That's
so.
we got to get a win versus them. The Grizzlies are on fire, but we can get a win versus the Grizzlies. Let's be honest. No one's gonna stop Ja. Ja's gonna be Ja, but I think you can beat that team if you just play solid defense, which has been a problem of ours. So anyway, the Los Angeles Lakers is a team I think we can beat. I mean, they have good players, but we've seen them time and time again this year lose to bad teams. I mean, teams worse than us. When I say bad teams, I'm talking about teams worse than us. So I just, because like I seriously say we're a bad team, but we're not great. We're not bad. We're literally middle of the pack. We're middle of the pack. We're middle of the pack. Once you're in that playing range, you're middle of the pack. But yeah, I think we can still beat the Los Angeles Lakers. The only thing is we're playing them at their home, so that might be a little bit tough. And then we're playing the Utah Jazz in a game that'll most likely result in a loss. So, no, I'm just being real. I'm just gonna be real. We're not. Nobody wins in Utah. Like what is their home record? I don't have the time for that. Anyway, they that's just to me. I think that within these next 6 games, let's do this. In the next 6, how many we winning?
2.
2.
I mean, we've done things like beat the Bucks before, so maybe 3.
Maybe 3. See, what that's the thing with us. We mess around and beat the Bucks, but then lose to the Kings. If I had to pick out of 6, I'm gonna say 3. We're gonna beat the 2 teams we should beat, which is the Sacramento Kings and the Grizzlies. And I'm not saying the Grizzlies are a slouch because, like I said,
I thought you said Lakers.
Oh, my bad. Lakers. We're gonna beat the Lakers. We're gonna beat the Kings. I will. Yeah, that'll be the 3rd game for me. I'll say 3-3. Kings, Grizzlies, and Lakers. I think those are the 3 winnable games for us. And I think that these guys they really don't have to, shoot amazing to beat, especially a team like the Lakers, or the Kings. You just really got to play solid defense and play team basketball, and that's a dub for you. So That's pretty much it. Let's if you're here, please, if you're in the chat, if you came to watch, please hit that like button. Just pay us with a like. That's all we ask for. Um, Send it to a friend. Get that subscribe going. Hit that bell so you're notified whenever we go live. Let's see what else we have before we get out of here. Um, it's a national broadcast. I believe it's national broadcast. Key is to neutralize Jaren Jackson. Yeah, if we can make sure Jaren doesn't get hot from three, um, that'll that'll bode well for us. Let's see. Izzy says we got to get that win tonight. Win against the Grizzlies. It's the day before my birthday. Oh yeah, shout out to the birthday. Oh yeah, I had a birthday the other day, guys. Yeah. But yeah, Saturday was my birthday. I am the wonderful 34 years old. I'm getting a little closer to my cousin here. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting a little bit further away.
I'm getting a little bit further away. Let's see. It's probably a nationally televised game. They've been moving weird games to weird times. Bulls and Nets had a 9:30 start a few weeks ago. Yeah. Okay. That's why they're talking about our game with the was it the Bucks?
Yeah. Why is it at 10?
Why is it at 10? With AD back, Lakers isn't a guarantee. Listen,
it's not. Nothing is though.
I don't think any of these games are a guarantee, but I don't even think AD is a guarantee to play that game because he's always going to be hurt. Like he might be out again by the time we play them, and that's only in what 4 games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. Yeah, he has a lot of time to need a rest day in between there. But yeah, let's see that my man, still Knicks fans. What's going on, bro? Shout out to you. And yes, appreciate you. Says what up to Rick.
What up?
Yes, sir. He said NBA doing whatever for that cheddar, Izzy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. You know they're gonna get their money. They're gonna get their money. So yeah, man, that's pretty much all we got. We will see you guys. What's the next game? It's on Wednesday. After that game versus the Heat, it'll most likely be a tough one to talk about. Let's just be real about that.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe we'll be here with all smiles, and I guarantee you that's the day that Dante is gonna show up and be all mad that we're here happy. But yeah, that's all we got. You got anything else you want to say, cuz?
That's it for me, man.
That's it. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning into the God Up Knicks podcast. I'm your boy Paula Reed, Rick the Ruler. Andre Jalil is not here, but he will be here. He's here. He's right. He's right over there. You see him on the garden floor on the screen? He's right there. But yeah, that's all we got for you guys, and thank y'all. Till next time. Peace.